What up YouTube, it's Misery, it's Company. In today's video, I want to talk about the Barbarian. In a recent video, I just covered how I switched from the Blood Knight to the Barbarian because it's a class I haven't been on. And in this video, I just want to take a few minutes to talk about the Barbarian and its current state and where I feel like it sort of lacks, or maybe it was even still good compared to other classes. I'm going to be doing a full class breakdown in the very near future, but I did want to get my hands back on some of these classes that I haven't played in a long time. So that way it was a really genuine and updated tier list for which class is best right now in PvE. I don't PvP too much, so I won't probably bother with that, but I might collab with someone who does. That way we can, get that information for you. So without further ado, let's get straight to the video. What's my current opinion of the state of the Barbarian? Let's get straight to it. All right, guys. So like I said, the Barbarian is a class that I have not been on in almost 5 months, almost half a year since my last few videos came out for the Barbarian. The overall opinion of the Barbarian is that it is lackluster. I'm gonna be honest. I feel incredibly weaker on my Barbarian than I did on the Blood Knight. And the Blood Knight is not some like game-breaking best character that is in Diablo Immortal. It's probably just slightly above average. It's well balanced. It's not good at single target, and it's not amazing in PvP. It does okay, but it's really good at multi-target, but it's not like the best farmer either. So like it has its pros and cons, and it's really a nice balanced class. But the Barbarian, whew, it's not, man. It's not in a good spot. I have most of the essences for the stereotypical farm build that makes it a lot of, fun for the Barbarian, which is going to be the Shoulders of Hell's Legacy. And basically this one is the one where Sprint also leaves a trail of flames, dealing damage to enemies over 4 seconds. And then I do have the headpiece, which is the other sort of core piece of this build, which is the only thing you really need, but you could do little things to make it better. And which is a Sprint also leaves tornadoes in your path, dealing 3,298 damage to any enemies they strike, but also causes the firestorm because of this one. And then I am running the pants with the Awakened, which is Sprint now also increases movement speed of nearby allies. Sprint cooldown decreased by 10% because you do want to get as close to 100% uptime on your Sprint as you can for this build. And I am missing the chest piece as well as a couple of the main hands, which is why you haven't seen that build yet. But even this build, even in its unfinished but like close enough state, it doesn't feel great. I don't feel like I'm farming faster or better, maybe faster, but maybe not better than the Blood Knight. Blood Knight was more attention focused when it came to farming. You really had to like line up your skills, and you couldn't just like AFK farm. And you could basically AFK farm with the Barb if you follow someone and then just sort of sprint continuously and do damage. But ultimately, it still doesn't feel amazing. And you can see I am at combat rating 21,385. I'm in farming in Inferno 1 because I'm not killing everything as fast as I would like in Inferno 2 with the Barbarian. So if anything, it's like hindering my account because typically I should be farming in Inferno 2 right now to prepare. And I can't. I feel like my damage is incredibly underwhelming. And when it comes to a single target aspect for the Barbarian, I feel like I am just absolutely dog water. Like, whatever build I try, I even look up other people's builds to try them out. I just feel like the Barbarian isn't in a great spot when it comes to single target. So I'm going to go ahead and probably say the Barbarian is in its worst state it's been in a long time. I think it's very obvious that this class needs a little bit more attention, or maybe some adjustments. And I promise I'm not just going off my initial impression of getting back on this class for the first time in 5 months. I've been playing it now by the time you see this video for about a week, and it's rough. Like, it's really hard not to want to just go to a different class or go back to the Blood Knight. I was having so much fun on the Blood Knight, and then coming here I'm like, man, these axes, like, yeah, they look sick. All right, it looks like I could open hell with this thing, but I feel like I'm smacking people with a wet noodle, like bop, 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 bop. Like that. That's what it feels like I'm doing. And I'm not exaggerating. Like, it's pretty rough. And I just feel like any other class would be giving me more damage from both a multi-target as well as single target than the Barbarian right now. And obviously, I'm going to give this class its due diligence and do my absolute best to get the build fully built out before I give you my final conclusion. But currently, guys, man, the Barbarian needs some love, and it's hard. It's hard to farm all the essences I need because I'm just like, oh, it's so underwhelming. It's like painful, right? But yeah, I'm min-maxing it. I'm using the Blessed Pebble, so I get almost 100% uptime on all of the buffs that you can get on the Barbarian. And yeah, man, I'm farming them. I'm doing my best, but whew, Molode. So if you guys are barbarians and completely disagree with me, that's okay. Please don't go disliking the video because if you don't agree with my opinion. Instead, go ahead and share your builds with me in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to try them out. And again, I'm okay if I'm wrong. I made a whole video about how I was wrong about the Blood Knight. So if I'm wrong about the Barbarian, I will truly test your builds that you put in the comments below. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I'll make maybe I even sponsor your video, your build rather, in a future video, and I'll shout you out in the next video where if your build is a good one. So I'm gonna do my best. Like I said, guys, I'm staying on the Barbarian. I'm not switching, but it's a little rough right now. So help your buddy out. Give me some decent builds in the comment section. I promise to try them all out, and if they're really good, I'll even make a video about it. Until next time, lock it in.